please help me welcome Cedric to the stage.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for a very wonderful introduction. It's an honor and a pleasure to be here, and I see a lot of familiar faces. But before I start, like she said, I'm from Rwanda. For those who doesn't know about Rwanda, Rwanda is situated in Central East Africa. And we call it the heart of Africa, looking geographically where it is located. But before I start talking, I would like to let you know that in Rwanda in 1994, around this time in April, we went through tragedies, genocide against Tutsis, and actually we are in a commemoration period this time. So I'd like, if you can join me at least 1 minute to honor those who left us for good. If we can stand up at least 1 minute and then we can honor them. Thank you. You may sit. So when I got here in this building, I looked how diverse we all are, and I saw a lot of cultural performances. And I would like to say one thing to everybody in the audience. No matter where you are from, no matter who you are, if you lose your culture, you lose yourself. So don't change to feel accepted, okay? And just be yourself and who you are. Be able to accept changes and face them. Let's stay true to ourselves and be who we are. The talk I'm going to give today was a little bit hard to come up with the content because there is so much I can say. But speaking of diversity, there is no diversity actually without adversities. If you can say, even life in general, life have a lot of ups and downs. And in my talk today, what I want to highlight is, my intention is here to inspire you to raise above your circumstances, whatever they are, so you can thrive by discovering and honoring your true self, and then be able to pursue your dreams despite all the hardships you are going through. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because actually, to me, when somebody asks you about what is life, a lot of people have a lot of opinion and definitions. But to me, life is what you make it. Why? Because you are positive, you attract positivity. You are negative, you attract negativities around you. You are loving, you attract love around you. You are optimistic, you attract all the positive energies and you move forward. However, a lot of us insist to make life complicated than actually supposed to be. I know it's always not easy to cope with life. I know a lot of you have challenges we are facing in our lives. Some of those challenges, they affect us to not perform well in school or even to extend in life in general. And you may feel like your life is terrible and you hate yourself. You feel like, why am I existing? And you may not be satisfied with the way or the situation you are in. I get it, and I understand that. But don't you think it's maybe because you choose to, to focus on negativities and you don't appreciate small things that happen around you, and those block your inner heart feelings to appreciate contentment? So I'd like to say it's true, everybody has things they battle in their lives. Some good, some small, and we all cope differently. Some well, some not so well. But I'm saying this because I know that there is a time in my life where I was so lonely and desperate. And I felt like I don't fit in. And life had no meaning to me that time. However, I didn't let those circumstances define me. I have chosen to live in a space of gratitude and work hard to pursue my dreams. And I want to invite all of you here to live in a space of gratitude and then be grateful. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because at the end of the day, the circumstances of your life, what you look like, where you are from, how much money you have, what you are going through at home in your life, all those are not an excuse for you to take your life for granted or for you to not pursue your dreams. Basically, don't be the casualty of your struggles. Because when I look, I see every single one of you in the audience and in your community. You may even take this message to people in your community. Every single one of you has something you are good at. Every single one of you has something to offer. And you have responsibilities to yourself to discover that and know what it is. However, I'm telling you, that is not going to happen if you still let your circumstances define you. It's not going to happen. Trust me. So I would say don't let your circumstances define you. Where you are right now doesn't have to determine where you will end up. No one has written your destiny. You are the architect of your own destiny. And I want to highlight this mostly to people my generation, even like the millennials in general. Every single person is the architect of their own destiny. It's up to us to choose how we want to live our lives. And I want you guys to take a moment, look around you, next to you. You do it, just don't listen, you do it. The biggest influence in your life is sitting next to you. Some may not believe that they are influenced to other people's lives. Why? Because we don't believe in what we are capable of because of how we are defined or what we go through, and we don't know that we are worth it. And I want to say something that you may say, oh, I have problems in my life, but how can I cope with that? I would say I'm a good example of that because what I went through, it wasn't life, it was mess. But I'm not going to go there. But what does it take to evolve through all adversities we go through in our lives? It takes two things: gratitude and motivation. Why gratitude? The gratitude is because when sometimes we have a lot of, like 99% of things that don't go well in our lives, at least if we find 1% to hold on, to be grateful about, we will be able to move on and we won't be pulled back. The motivation I had to overcome whatever all the adversities is because I always told myself, my life is maybe a dream of someone else. Maybe there are people who are going through the worst situation than what I'm in. There are people who are dead and we are still alive. Can't we be grateful about that, just the fact that we are alive? Basically, unless we choose to be negative and let those negativities hold us back, but in fact, we don't have any excuse to not pursue our dreams because of a situation we are going through. And on top of that, of course, those two, the best thing, have God in your life that make it even better. So this message I'm going to send here is mostly for people who are in school and who are thriving to move on for their future. Sometimes it's hard for us youth to know what potential we have and what we can achieve. Why? Because we never take time to look for the future. We live the present moment. And we don't take time to look at beyond the present moment and see what the future holds for us. Because you won't be able to go to the destination if you didn't set the goals. If you live in the present moment, then it will be hard to move on for future and discover what you are capable of. And sometimes I like to ask people, like, what do you want to do when, what's your dream job? A lot of people has answers, but when you change the question and ask, what impact do you want to make? Is it easy to answer that question? It's easy to know how you want to live your life or your dream job, but what's the impact do we want to make? And I'm who I am today because I was asked that question several times, and the more I answer it, the more I actually discover what direction I want to take. And some of us, we believe in luck. Oh, somebody got lucky, they are there where they become because they were lucky. What is luck anyway? In French, they say, le hasard favorise les esprits bien préparés, which means like the luck favor the well-prepared mind. To me, there is no such thing as luck. Luck is when opportunity meet preparations. You need to work hard, and that opportunity is when it comes, you excel. But if you didn't prepare or work, the opportunities will come and you will not even know that there is opportunity. And if luck was a thing, everybody will sit down and wait for their luck to come, and then they will become whatever they want to become. So basically, whatever you want to become, work hard and prepare for it. And I would say one other thing is like, you remember that there is no competition in destiny. You have to live everybody has their time zone, but we need to stay focused and persevere and work hard. Why take those three things to be successful in general? You need this working hard, commitment, and flexibility, because sometimes we take ourselves too serious, and when something didn't go the way we wanted, we give up, because there is no such thing set in our mind as a flexibility, and giving up actually is not a good thing. Sometimes we give up when we are actually was going to happen. I would say try and try again until you get it right. And if you believe in the beauty of your dreams, they become true. And it's not over until you yourself let it be. And nobody else is going to do that for you. However, whatever we can become in our lives, it's not a one-person thing. It's a collective action. We need people in our lives. We need, mentors. We need to listen to our parents, for those who are lucky enough to have them. And even those who doesn't have them, it's not the end. There are a lot of people in the world around you, in your community, you can look up to. Because those people, they look in us some potential ourselves cannot see. And they help us to explore it and take it to the next level. I'm saying this because I wish if I was taught this before, maybe I will be on another platform, because sometimes the youth will try to just want to do things the way we want. But in Rwanda, we have this saying that one head or one mind, it won't help you with anything. Just, you go crazy or chase the square in the loop. I would say that. Every single individual here, I would say that everyone here is special and unique. We are so gifted differently, and we need each other to complete each other. And if you are even doubting that, from now on, when you go home, remember that always, if somebody is bullying you or whatever, remember that you are special and you are unique. You have something you are capable of. But nobody is going to help you explore that to the fully potential other than yourself. No one was born being good at things. You become good at things through working hard, and you have that perseverance, keeping it up. And even though when you are struggling, even when you are discouraged, and you feel like other people are giving up on you, don't give up on yourself. That's the worst thing that will ever happen to you, when you give up on yourself. In closing, I would say that never be afraid of making a mistake, but be afraid of making same mistakes over and over again. Because when a mistake teaches you something, you are not losing anything. You are learning, and life is a lesson. And if you don't try something, how are you going to know that you are going to do that? So try it. If you learn something from it, it's an experience. I like quoting some of our traditional things. In Rwanda, we have this saying that says, what you plant today, you will harvest it later or tomorrow. And I would say that whatever you want to become in your life, whatever you want to be, prepare it today. Because if you don't plant anything, don't expect any harvest. Thank you, everybody, for your kind attention.
Thank you, Cedric. Oh, yeah, you guys wasn't ready for the change, huh? Nobody was ready. Hey, can we get it for Cedric one more time, please? One more time, one more time. Hey, positive message all around. You guys are more than you seem. Follow your dreams. Do what you dream of, and you will succeed, young sir. Yeah. What do you want to do when you grow up? You want to what? Oh, you want to be a scientist? There you go. You got this. Believe in yourself. All right? Remember that.